Hey everybody, Z-Tech here. Let's just say I made a little bit of a mistake. I bought something that I probably shouldn't have, and now I'm gonna make a video on it to try and justify the purchase. This stupid thing. The Fire HD 10 Plus. I know it's so exciting to see a $100 Android tablet on my table, but this thing sucks. It's just straight up bad. Have you ever bought like a used phone from like 5 years ago for $100? It's kind of what this is, except it's brand new. And it's also somehow worse. Still somehow worse. So I customized the snot out of it just to get any sort of use. Here's where's the power button? So on the right side, which I think is dumb. Yeah, I don't like it at all. So to get any, what the hell? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, where did it go? But to get any sort of use out of it, I put the Nova launcher on it, which this thing straight up sucks. As far as this tablet goes, at least, it's just bad. Like things like stutter constantly, which I was sort of expecting. You know, it's cheap. You know, it's gonna stutter. It's not gonna be amazing. But just listen to this. I don't know if you heard it, but it straight up crackled. It crackled trying to play video. And I think it could just be like it being new. I don't know, but let me try and play something else. You can't really hear it. I think it could just be subsiding. But yeah, when I first got it and when I first downloaded like the proper YouTube app from the Google Play Store, after I downloaded that with Nova Launcher, it crackled. Tell me, when's the last device you've ever owned crackled trying to play YouTube? That was like the final blow of many blows. For one, that's a problem. You literally just saw it. It, for some reason, opened Netflix when I didn't click it. And second, it does that. What is it doing? I think what the problem is that I set the settings to not auto rotate. I think I locked it, but then Nova Launcher wants to do something different entirely. So when I put both to landscape, it still does the auto lock thing, but now it's stuck in portrait mode. It's like I don't even know. Yeah, every time you leave an app without fail, it does that, which it's just so annoying. Like I'm just trying to navigate the stupid thing, and it's like the one thing that it is pretty good at is like just watching video in an app that doesn't crackle, like Hulu or Netflix, because it is gonna be Widevine certified, so it's pretty good for just like watching stuff. But it still kind of sucks because the speakers aren't even that good. Like I don't know, they don't sound amazing. Probably because there's only two and they're coming out the top, which I get why they made them out the top. Honestly, something like even having two at the top and two at the bottom still would have been better. But yeah, I just don't like this tablet. But you know what I do like that I also paid a very similar amount of money for? This guy right here. The Galaxy Tab A8. It is pretty similar in the sense that it's a very budget tablet, but it's actually good. Because for one, this is Android 12. It came in the box with 11, but now it has 12. This thing's on Android 9. Android 9, that came out like years ago. So this thing's actually up to date. This thing isn't. Second, it's an all metal design, while this thing is a symphony of plastic. It's not bad necessarily, it's just bad for the price you can get for metal. This was $150 on sale. This was $120 on sale. So there's not much of a reason to buy that unless you just love Amazon, which no human being should. So yeah, this is like 10 times better. Even off sale, I think this thing's like starts at like $200. I think that one is $180. I'd have to check on, you know what? We can check on Best Buy. Not sponsored. They are my employer, but it's not sponsored, I swear. I wish Best Buy would sponsor me, though. I don't think they would because I'm already hired by them. So I'm actually really surprised that this guy has like been out of stock for a little while. It's finally back on Best Buy. But yeah, now it's back. But this thing is usually $229. So I was actually wrong with the price a little bit. It's usually $229. But even when you're not around Christmas time, you can still find this thing for roughly $200. But this guy is 180, the 10 plus. This isn't just the normal 10, it's a 10 plus. So yeah, this thing is still so much better. The screen isn't as good, but because the bezels are a little bit smaller, it just looks nicer in your hands. Not only that, but it has a camera. Whoa. Turn on location tags now. Yeah, camera's pretty good. Trying not to show off the junk on my table. Or it's not even my table, it's the family table. But ooh, another good improvement. It has the buttons on the top, which, you know, for this kind of tablet actually makes sense. While this guy, they're on the side because they want to be weird and quirky. They have everything on the side, which I think is very strange. Because, like, this is very clearly a landscape tablet. You can see the camera, it's a landscape tablet. My lighting is really blown out. Okay, cool, I fixed it. So yeah, you can clearly tell this is a landscape tablet because it has a camera at the top, yet everything's on the side, which just doesn't make sense for what kind of tablet this is. I don't know. Having it on the top on this guy makes a lot more sense. Like, this is just so much better. For the little more that you pay, even when they're not on sale, it's just mwah. Mwah. Bellissimo. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, it feels like an actual premium device. Like, this low-key, this feels like a new iPad. Just because it has the, like, squared off design, and it's super thin, too. Just, like, look at this. If I can get it in focus. Yeah, look at how thin this guy is. The thinness on that boy. Then on this guy, it's not nearly as thin. I know this is far from a scientific test, but yeah, you can just tell the Galaxy Tab's quite a bit better in thickness. Though the one compromise is the camera bump, which kind of annoying, but it works. I mean, it's not like detrimental to the functionality of the tablet, which is fine. Honestly, if you're looking to get a budget Android tablet in 2022-23, this is going to be your best bet until a new generation of this comes out. Because this guy came out in January, so if Samsung's going to update this guy, it's probably going to be in January. Though to be honest, I wasn't really worried about getting like the latest and greatest as far as this budget tablet came, because I don't think anything's going to beat this like pure value for a while. Unless you got like a used iPad, which of course is still gonna be like miles better than this, especially when it comes to like emulation and stuff. Because this thing can emulate PSP and like and Dreamcast and stuff, but when you go up to like GameCube or 3DS or anything like that, nah, it's not happening. Not happening at all. But still, just for like usability, this thing's great. Like, I can do Discord on it just fine. If I can find the Discord app. It's not terribly slow, it's pretty fast. Sometimes it does lag. Like, you see that, it does lag, but it's still more responsive than the Amazon tablet, which, hey, that's not a high bar to pass, but it worked. And honestly, in my opinion, you don't really have to spend more than this to get a decent tablet experience. Like, yeah, Samsung has their tablets that are like 300, 400, up to like 800 bucks, but at one point is too far. Like, honestly, if you need a good, like genuinely good Android tablet, I'd go with like the S6 Lite, and that's probably about it. Someone at my door? Yeah, this guy is like really good. I know I keep saying it over and over and over and over and over, but for 150 bucks, this is gonna be the best tablet you can get. That isn't some cheap Chinese garbage that'll probably steal your data, which there are plenty of. So from a name brand, this is the best you can get. Let me rephrase. Yeah, I can get all the apps I want on here, obviously, just because it's just Android. It's not like some stupid skin that you have to like do a whole bunch of work to get working properly. This is just Android. And it's Android 12 at that, which is much newer. Hey Bixby. Okay, I don't have Hey Bixby on. Let's look up how old Android 12 is. Android 12 release date. Wow. Released publicly on October 4th, 2021. Let's look up Android 9. 2018, wow. That's one of the many ways that Amazon keeps the price down on the HT10 down there. It's because it's so cheap, they have to do something to keep it down, which includes old-ass Android. I don't really know how much the royalties cost to get like newer Android and stuff on tablets, but I imagine it's probably more than Amazon wants to pay for that kind of tablet, which I get it, but at the same time, this is like so much better. and it's still roughly the same price, depending on how you get it. It was like, come on now. And this thing came out with Android 11. So yeah, it's not as up to date as it should or could be, but it's still so much more usable. Oh, I even forgot to mention, this guy, it supports the Hulu app. This guy doesn't. This guy only supports the Hulu app through the Amazon App Store, which, yes, I get it. I'm modifying the device, so obviously not everything's going to work. But the fact that this guy doesn't support Hulu with the Google Play Store just shows how, like, outdated it is, even when it's brand new. And this isn't like some older generation either. This is the guy. Like, this is the latest one. Usually on the lower generation tablets, they'll say like 10th generation up here or something. The Amazon reps, they come in and put stickers on them to make sure you know what generation it is. No, this is the latest generation. And it does not come with a working Hulu app through the Play Store, which is just hilarious to me. The only good thing this has over this guy is that this one has 4 gigs of memory, while that one only has 3. So this one is technically better at multitasking, but I literally have not noticed the difference, so take that with what you will. Also, this thing has wireless charging, which is interesting to say the least. I don't really see how that's useful, but hey, if you're a weirdo and you want to wirelessly charge your 10-inch tablet, then I guess you can. Honestly, I think that's probably about it. If you guys want any more content, please subscribe, like, comment, all that. This is my first video on this channel in a long time, so if you guys want more content, please support the channel so I can do it for you. I also have my other channel called Pi Studios, where I just make a bunch of gaming videos, mainly related to Sega and Atlas stuff. Like right now I'm doing a lot of Sonic Frontiers, but once Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden come out, I'm going to be doing a lot of coverage on those as well. If you want to watch those videos, they'll be up here in the corner. And so with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.